What's up, guys? It's Shustybang. We're coming back with another video. I'm Fake Thriller.
Snoov 603.
And we got a few topics we want to talk about today, so bear with us. It's gonna be a fun video. First topic we want to cover is our subscriber base has passed the 300 subscriber mark. So thank you to all you guys who have subscribed to us.
Yay!
There you go. So if you haven't subscribed to us and you like our shit, go ahead and hit the button. The first real topic we're going to cover, though, as you guys all know, the Black Ops teaser trailer, multiplayer teaser trailer was just released the other day. We did an analysis on our channel, and I know a bunch of other people did an analysis. But the thing that we're noticing a lot already with Black Ops, and they put out one trailer, is that there is
nothing but negativity.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of people that are really excited for it, but there's a lot of outspoken people that are bitching their asses off about things they don't even know about yet. We're not here to name names. I'm sure you guys have all heard different people talking about stuff, and it's just uncalled for. It's the way, that you know, negativity breeds from people talking about shit that, like, ignorance breeds negativity and all those good sayings and stuff like that. So just what we're asking is people to just please wait until the game comes out. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but there's a bunch of things in the trailer that could go wrong. They could be unbalanced, and they could be game breaking, but you don't know that. I mean, I would like to think that Treyarch's been paying attention to the community and to the mistakes of Infinity Ward, and therefore I would like to hope that they wouldn't make the same mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, a good business is someone who pays attention to their competition, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. You don't exactly want to completely copy what your competition's doing, because then people think you're a hack and you're just a copycat and there's nothing original about you. But you have to know what they're doing, because, in, like, case in point with Modern Warfare 2, one-man army abusers, tactical insertion abusers, being able to join up for free-for-all so easily with a friend, and Commando, you know, they're all game-breaking issues. And for Treyarch not to pay attention to things like that and make those adjustments for their game, and, like, okay, you know what, we really need to pay attention, make sure our game doesn't feature any issues that this game had, because that's going to be huge for us. You know, people will absolutely fall in love with us for it. And they will pay attention. I mean, you can see things in World at War that were in Call of Duty 4, and they had their things that they took out, and they made it so it wasn't, not that there was too much overpowered with Call of Duty 4 except for the M16, but I mean, they didn't have that in World War II, so they're paying attention. So give them a chance. Don't let these outspoken Call of Duty commentators sway your decision just yet. Try and let the game have a chance to succeed. Wait until you get killed a few times before the RC with the RC car until you completely write it off. Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know, the first 24 hours of the game that comes out, don't complain about it and everything like that right there. You know, I'm sure there's things that are gonna suck about it, but you gotta at least give it a couple of weeks of playing it to really hash out everything and really completely understand everything and realize whether it's really shitty or really awesome. You know, case in point, with Modern Warfare 2 when it came out, I thought that Tac Knife and then MLC was the shit. It was, like, just so awesome, and it was funny, and you could just dominate. And then after like 3 weeks, I was like, holy shit, there's just no fun to this, because it's just stupid easy.
Right. Yeah. And then I mean, you're talking, you didn't like it because it got too easy, but then the real problem with MLC and One Man Army DC came out, and I'm not taking away from those problems. I'm not just saying that people are calling those things problems and therefore they become problems. Those are clearly game-breaking problems that have failed to have been addressed. But there's an interesting aspect in the video game world going on right now, especially in the Call of Duty community. A lot of people would call Modern Warfare 2 the baby boom era of commentators. I know we got started halfway through the life of Modern Warfare 2, and a lot of people get started just at the very end of World at War, so right before MW2 came out. So it's a new thing, but like people like, have you ever had an opinion about something and then someone gets in your ear for like 5 or 6 minutes, sort of trying to persuade you otherwise, and then by the end of the conversation you're going, yeah, you know what, that's true. One-man army does suck, or vice versa. Like, people come on here and they express their opinions, and that's totally fine. But the point I'm trying to make is just wait and try and form your own opinions. And I know it's kind of ironic that I'm asking you in a YouTube commentary to not live by the words of other YouTube commentators, but those of you who will do what I'm asking probably have already figured it out on their own, and those of you who haven't probably never will. So
exactly, you know, the difference is, you know, we're not like some of these other big commentators. You know, everyone, all the big guys, Wings, Fisticuffs, Only Use Me Blade, Hotch, I mean, you name it, they've all pulled out the trailer and they've thrown in their 2 cents about it. We're not telling you to think one specific thing per se. We're asking you to just keep an open mind. Wait for the game to come out, play it yourself, and make your own, you know, assessment of it. Before making up your mind of, oh, this thing's fucking bullshit because I watched a video and that's what this guy said.
Because I actually think the game could be pretty fun. I think it looks really good. And if you know, one of the big things people are complaining about is the RC car. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It all depends on how mobile it is. If you imagine it sort of like a Predator missile that starts on the ground, and it probably can only travel for so many seconds before it explodes.
Or X amount of feet.
Right, yeah, an X amount of feet or something like that, and it can't go upstairs. It clearly can break glass because that's what it does in the trailer, but it'll be interesting to see. Like, maybe it can't take that big of a fall. Maybe, you know, if you ram it too hard into a wall, it's going to break. Actually, it's going to explode, or like a wheel will fall off or something. There's a lot to be discovered. Obviously, that whole trailer was choreographed.
Yeah, there's a couple of points where it was clearly obvious they were playing free for all, and the guy just like ran by 2 people like at 2 separate points. The guy just looks at me, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I gotta keep going this way."
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing's choreographed. The whole part with the crossbow, I think that's what you're talking about. He runs. Well, there's a couple points. There's a point with the crossbow.
And right before he gets to the RC car, when he's like kind of inside that warehouse, he kills the guy up on the stairs, and then runs by someone on the way going up the stairs
before he throws the Semtex.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. But that's how it is. That's how it's designed to be. So they made the RC car look badass. I bet you it's not as good as it shows. It was basically like a montage, you know. Anyway, the next topic that everyone's sort of talking about is the so-called dolphin dive, which is another feature that there's no way, like, what everyone's imagining is, I think the game was Battlefield or Battlefield 2, where you could dolphin dive, where you'd run and you'd flop on your belly and your hitbox would disappear, and then you'd get back up and repeat the process until you're either close enough to melee someone or the danger was gone. There's no way they're going to allow that to happen. I think that it's going to be used as a defensive purpose, like when you're fleeing, trying to get behind cover or something. I'm sure your hitbox will still be just as big, and you'll probably be even more vulnerable if someone has a line of sight on you. So don't worry too much about the dolphin dive
until the issue comes up. And
yeah.
Hopefully, Treyarch pull their heads out of their asses. And, well, all right, before I go too far into that, I gotta be fair. The whole thing with Infinity Ward that I think a lot of people have problems with is the lack of patches. You know, like the big comparison they always draw to is Bungie and Halo. I mean, those guys drop patches like every other friggin' day if need be. But in all fairness, Infinity Ward had a huge falling out between them and Activision, and more than half the staff is gone. So
yeah. Well, the thing is though, that's how the conversation always goes. Is that Infinity Ward has this big issue, like they got chopped in half and everything. But I was listening to the podcast Painkiller already. It's Wings of Redemption, FPS Kyle, and Woody's Gamertag, and they were having this conversation, and the point that Woody brought up was that he doesn't accept that as an answer, because if you look at all the money that Activision and Infinity Ward made, and don't get on my case about Infinity Ward hasn't been paid yet and all that stuff, but the point is it's a record-breaking game, the highest selling game ever.
It's not even that. It is the single most successful launch of any medium in the history of medium.
Right.
It blew anything out of the water, period.
So the point that I'd like to reiterate with the patches is they have the resources to get people into the in the cubicles, working on the code to make these patches. There's no excuse not to do it unless they were not interested in prolonging the life of Modern Warfare 2. They look at it as a cash cow or something like that. I mean, it already is a yearly release. I don't think you can necessarily... I mean, everyone wants to expect that they would do that much for their community and the consumers, but if it comes down to business, then maybe they didn't allot the resources for it. But
which is a shame, because what I'm assuming they expect out of a life cycle for this series, not just the Modern Warfare series in particular, but the whole Call of Duty series in general, is, if they want this thing to go on for years and years to come, they really need to put in more effort in the future for getting this game, for maintaining it, listening to the community and making balance adjustments and whatever, because the game's going to run its course. Eventually people are going to get sick of it, be like, you know what, they only put in like 30% of the effort they really need to make this game, like, make everyone out of the millions and millions of people that play it happy.
Well, and that goes back to what we were saying too about let the game run its course a little bit before you make a total decision as to whether it's good or not. I just totally lost my train of thought. Okay, I found it. We, as the Call of Duty community, have been playing Call of Duty for like 2.5 years now. We've been essentially playing the same game for like 2 or 3 years, and that's just the people that really started with the boom of Call of Duty 4. I never touched the game before then, but if they're looking at this, like, I think their business motto is this game is a total success because it's going to sell like hotcakes right before Christmas and then carry through the slump of the summer season. And then, like, right now, I think all Activision necessarily cares about is their November release. Which, it's a shame. It's already all been said. The last thing that we wanted to talk about real quick was the movie editor at the end of
the Black Ops reveal trailer.
Yeah, at the end of the trailer, and it looks pretty nasty. I mean, I know, and I said during our breakdown video that they have. It sort of proves that they've been paying attention to the community with this one because of how popular like the Call of Duty movie like machinima community is. So I'm really excited to see all the things you can do with it. I'm excited to see if they're going to have a direct-to-YouTube upload service. I still think if you're interested in making videos, it's a good idea to invest in a capture card because I'm sure there's no way.
It's not going to be great. Don't expect it to be something like, what we're using, Vegas Movie Studio or even Adobe or anything. It's not going to be super great. It's just going to be pretty basic. So don't get your hopes up too much.
Alright guys, we talked about a lot of stuff. We appreciate you tuning in. Everyone who subscribed, thank you. We'll catch you next video. So for Shustybang, this is Fake Thriller.
Snoov 603.
Have a good one.